Hi, it's Lee and welcome to the Tesla Economist. As usual, I can't help trying to get my head around the future of Tesla, and I have a new theory. So far this year, Tesla has done very little aside from now a Model 3 Highland update for the Chinese Model 3s. Oh, and broken ground on a lithium refinery factory. And we have seen Cybertrucks come off the production line, but not yet being delivered to customers. So far, none of these have done anything positive for the financials, aside from negatively affect free cash flow due to large capex spends, although soon the Cybertruck production line will come out of capex and enter into COGS, implying margins and net profits will be reduced. But I doubt the market will even care. There'll be this behemoth of an electric pickup truck capable of all sorts of radical new transport. Hey, even the hyperballs think they'll be able to use it to go fishing in. I joke you not. Some of them think that they will be able to drive this car into the water and fish out of the bed. I doubt this will be close to likely, or as likely as there being a flying roadster. Oh, and the biggest thing of the year is actually the fact that Tesla can make cells, or cyber cells, that are as energy dense as 2170 cells without containing any silicon in the anode. However, we have no actual breakdown of these and no idea what the run rate is either. And it's not that exciting for the majority of investors. Not when Elon Musk might get into the ring with Mark Zuckerberg, which of course was just a publicity stunt for X and never going to happen. Anyway, we weren't expecting much this year, like I have been saying all year, when Elon told us the plans for the year on the Q4 earnings call in January. Almost no production ramp for vehicles, check. No 4680 ramp, check. No Gen 3 in production, check. But a Cybertruck launch, pending. It was a one-way bet investing in Tesla then. Of course, later other potential events arose, like Giga Nevada expanding and Giga Mexico, pending. Yet the stock price ran anyway. I doubt Elon is going to get away with another nothing year next year. Okay, the Cybertruck is a big deal, but it has been very delayed. Oh wait, we're also getting FSD this year, pending. Don't worry, no one priced in that either. So we got away with two large factories running at 1/3 capacity still this year, and the market didn't even care. Because they'll be ramped next year, and then the profits will increase as Tesla will be able to make so many more Model Ys. But this is only if Tesla can actually ramp up 4680 cells, which is a bit of an unknown still, and not going at any rate that will actually have any impact, noticeably yet at least. And no one ever asks either. But what if these two factories could actually ramp? Well, they can't without a lot of cells, something in the region of 50 to 60 gigawatt hours a year more cells, or almost twice what Giga Nevada produces. Well, I'm continually drawn to this new CATL factory next door to Giga Shanghai. Now, whatever label you want to put on Tesla, whether it's a car company, an energy company, AI, robotics, or whatever, the entire core of the business depends on cells and batteries, even for the robots. With no batteries, there are basically no products, aside from solar, which loses money. So anyway, back to this huge CATL cell and battery factory that is supposedly 80 gigawatt hour a year capacity, and is literally right next door to Tesla. And no one in the community ever seems to talk about it, as they're too drunk on how exciting the Cybertruck will be, and how they'll be able to take it out fishing. Or how amazing FSD is, and how it is going to be ready next year. Yes, they have absolutely no background in AI, but they have a lot of followers and subscribers, so therefore they are an authority on everything Tesla, and are able to give definite timelines on when Tesla will solve FSD. However, using common sense, I can tell you right now, there are still no signs of FSD being solved. We need to be seeing something like 1,000 consecutive trips without any intervention until we're close. But hang on, Tesla Economist, you don't know what you're talking about, because Elon said that it's just a matter of training now, as it's all AI and using the neural net. Yes, that's the hyperbole for this year. Last year, it was removing the radar, and next year, it's probably going to be all about Dojo. I think FSD and autopilot are absolutely fantastic, and I use autopilot every time I go for a drive. I would hate to have a car without it, but there's still a giant leap required until we have solved FSD, let alone robotaxis. at least an improvement that is out for the public to see. Of course, the Tesla hyperballs have their own theories. Alright, back to my original point, as this actually could be huge. We have two factories that could be ramped an additional 600,000 to 700,000 Model Ys a year. And we have this CATL factory that could potentially make more than enough cells for those factories. So what if Texas and Berlin started using Model Ys from this new CATL factory? It could be CATL's M3P cells possibly, that are even structural. Texas and Berlin could make a massive number of rear-wheel drive Model Ys. If this also includes the Juniper update, it means the rear-wheel drive version will be getting a lot more range, especially if the battery is larger. Tesla could be selling a rear-wheel drive Model Y in the US with perhaps 280 miles of range for about $35,000 after the rebate. Don't you think that might sell well? Or if not, then simply do what other companies do. Advertise and get sales up. Of course it would sell. It would be an incredibly popular car. Imagine a Model Y with a facelift similar to the Model 3 Highland for only $35,000 getting 280 miles of range. Remember, the Model Y is already the best-selling model in the US after pickup trucks, and the US is about the only market that doesn't offer a rear-wheel drive Tesla. All of them are all-wheel drive. The 4680 version, the long range and performance. There is no rear-wheel drive version in the US. The rear-wheel drive version is the best-selling Tesla in the world. In fact, it is the best-selling single variant car on the planet. The US is Tesla's biggest market, yet doesn't sell their best-selling vehicle. What would happen if you put the two of them together with a facelift and higher options? This car would sell like crazy. Oh, and perhaps some advertising to let everyone know. Or just sell the cars at a loss, so Tesla get more cars on the road and make a fortune from them later through FSD or robotaxis. What else are these cells from CATL going to be for then? I'm running out of ideas. Is Tesla going to build a new Gen 3 factory in Shanghai that will use them instead? I mean, if so, that would likely be at least a year away. Why would CATL have a factory not operational for that long? It's very strange. And no one in the community cares. They never talk about it or ask questions. I think they are too in love with the products, the ideas, the future and the CEO, rather than the actual business or strategy or financials. I guess they just think it's all in the bag and don't care about how it's done. They know EVs are the future and FSD. That's not a question for them. They know Tesla will find more cells and batteries or are doing everything they can around the clock in order to achieve that. I mean, obviously, right? Tesla would do whatever it takes, even if they have to get into mining and refining. This is part of Tesla's MO. And they know that if that wasn't the case, then Elon would be out working his arse off, making sure it was happening as fast as possible, and everything was being achieved in order for that to occur. Am I just being too skeptical here? Perhaps I just need to have more faith. I mean, EVs are the future, right? And no one else can even make them profitably or at high enough volume. So therefore, Tesla is the future by association, and no one else is actually close, especially when it comes to markets outside of China. No one can make an ADAS system that can even go around a bend without requiring intervention, let alone navigate through traffic lights or roundabouts. Even my autopilot can do roundabouts sometimes. This is highly impressive. AI is only going to get better, computing power is only going to improve exponentially, and Tesla's data collection is only going to compound. We just need to be patient. Wait until 2030. Tesla have bound to have sorted it all out by then. No worries. Thanks for listening. Please hit the thumbs up and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter and talk to me on Patreon.